Hey, Campus View, as we prepare to take the bread and cup today, I just want to talk to you about a story that I read recently and some thoughts I've had throughout this week about it. In Luke 24, there's a story of the two men walking on the road to Emmaus after what has been the death of Jesus, and they're just really down and scared and fearful, worried. They come across a third man walking and do not recognize that it's Jesus, in fact. And they make conversation with him, discuss what's going on, and he pretends to not know anything about it, lets them tell him about it, and he just walks with them and talks and listens to them, and they get where they're going. They get to their home, and Jesus makes that he's going to continue moving on, and it's when they invite him in. They say, "No, please come in and stay with us and eat." And he breaks bread and gives it to them. That at that moment, that's when their eyes are opened and they realize who he actually is. And their spirits change. And that story made me think about my life, and I suspect maybe you've experienced this too. But I've been a believer a long time. I feel really blessed to have grown up in a home and family that I've been able to do that and been raised that way. But even knowing Jesus for a while, there are times when this world is hard, and I've experienced things that have gotten me down, where I've been worried or frustrated or sad or alone. Felt those ways, just been on that road, and whether it was brief or whether it was longer, what I have found every time, when I was ready to invite him in and not deal with it on my own, that's when I found peace. It didn't mean the problem just necessarily went away. It wasn't magical, but I had a peace within me to know that I had invited Jesus in. And so just like these two men, they were walking down this road alone and scared and hurt and worried. They invite him in, and they have food. He breaks the bread and gives it to them as another reminder of his body, and that's when their eyes are opened. And so that's what I would say to us today as we prepare to take this bread and this cup. I would just remind us that all we have to do is invite him in. Whatever you're dealing with, the joy, the sorrow, the hard times, the good times, when we invite Jesus in, and we do that together and have a joy and a peace about it. It's that peace that comes from his body that he gave to us with great joy and with great peace because he loves us. And he wants us to be refueled through this bread and this cup, through his body, through him, to go and be witnesses to other people. So I pray that we can do that. I pray that you be fueled this week, that you be fueled with the bread and the cup, the body of Jesus, and that others could see that through us. So let's bow and prepare to take this bread and cup together. Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for the many blessings, for the people of Campus View. I just ask that you watch over each of us. Bless our lives as we take this bread and cup, this reminder of your Son, Jesus. Just bless us that we be filled with your Spirit, that fear and anxiety and hurt could be washed away with peace by this blood, and that we could have a love and a grace that come only from you. Lord, I pray for those today who are hurting. I pray for those around this world who are lost, who don't know you. And I just ask that we could be fueled through Jesus, through this bread and this cup, that we could be fueled to have the Spirit that others could see Jesus in us every single day. I ask these things in his name. Amen.